Hello everybody, we are Nikki and Roger, and we are wanting to introduce a bit of a spiritual journey that we're going on and that we've been on, and as we look towards ending a bit of a peculiar, different year and looking towards a new year that is looming ahead of us, we want to just go take part on a journey that is going to be speaking to our formation, our habits, our lifestyle, and Raj, why don't you kick us off, explain a little bit more about this journey.
Yeah, so I think the important thing to realize is that there's two really vital things that happen in our lives. We can be exhausted and we can be depleted. And most people these days who are experts in the field are saying, you know what? We're not just exhausted in this season, we're actually depleted. We're depleted. And whatever your year has been like, it's really crucial to understand the difference because you respond differently depending on whether you're exhausted or whether you're depleted. And really, we want to invite you on a journey of just helping you through dealing with depletion and how we create a life and a lifestyle with Jesus that can help us find refilling and strengthening in a time where really there is this reality of not just being exhausted but depleted.
So you use that word refilling, and many of us are looking forward to maybe a break in December, Jan, and we're feeling exhausted, depleted, and maybe you can speak a little bit into the difference between rest and being refilled.
Yeah, and I mean, so much of the Bible talks about rest. Rest is a good thing. Rest is a healthy thing, and we need to get rest. I think it's just that we aren't in that space where we're just exhausted. When you're tired, you rest. You get some sleep. You escape from whatever you've been doing. So a good weekly habit is to have a Sabbath. You stop working, you rest from it. But there's a difference when you are depleted and you need to be refilled. And I think that's what we're trying to, decipher the difference in this journey is to help you to finish this year, not just going, I'm going to get some rest because I need it, but actually I'm going to get refilled because before I know it, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be in 2021. And one of our concerns, I suppose, is that we have this subconscious notion that we're going to wake up on the 1st of January and COVID will be over and the world will be sparkling and fresh again and everything will be how it was. And there's no indication, sadly, to say that that will be the case. And so what we want to try our best to do in this journey is to go, how do we create some rhythms and some habits that get us feeling refilled and getting refilled in the way that we do our lives. And rest is ceasing, refilling is about getting some new resourcing deep inside of us so that we can handle the lives God's given us, because we don't want to be those who try to escape all the time. We want to, as we'll share a little later, create the kind of lives we don't need to escape from but are actually delighting to live in.
And I think maybe it would be helpful if you can just share a little bit more on what it means to be refilled. How can we refill in the season? I think a lot of times we think we're being refilled, but we're actually just escaping or resting or kind of avoiding. How can we actually be refilled?
Yeah, I mean, part of the journey that we're inviting you into is to actually talk into that and to help you create some habits and some rhythms that will do that, but in a deep way. I think sometimes we look at superficial refilling and we think of, just going for a surf in my case. And whilst that's restful, it doesn't always get to the deeper parts of where I'm at and what I really need in my soul. So, hey, time with God is crucial, but real time with God in His Word, which basically helps us to get perspective. Now, who wants to read the Bible their whole holiday? Not necessarily, right? But the point is we need to get perspective in this season so that we can get refueled and refilled at the deepest level. We're going to need to be with people who are filled with God, who can give us perspective.
Yeah.
That's going to be such a crucial part. It's going to be about reflecting well on the year past. And usually this takes a few different things. It's about celebration. It's about logging lessons learned. It's about, grieving losses, all those kinds of things, because that's going to be key. Those are going to be parts of it. But really what we want to do is invite you on a journey of creating a trellis for your life so that when you finish this break, you don't want to go back to holiday. You're actually excited to go back to the life that is the real life you've got. That's what we're most excited about.
And I love that this thing that you've mentioned before. Don't come back with a holiday hangover. A lot of escaping. You can come back just maybe even more exhausted than we left, because there's just been a lot of stuff we've been doing that's actually not refilling us. Even if it looks like rest, it's not really refilling those parts of us, the deepest places that really need refilling. So let's not come back with a holiday hangover.
Yeah, I add those few words: shopping, sipping, and what was the other one? Shopping, sipping, staring, or lasting, looking, and longing. And how many of our holidays are filled with those things: lasting, looking, longing, shopping, sipping, staring. And at the end of a holiday like that, you actually need a holiday.
Yeah.
And we don't want to have a holiday that requires a holiday afterwards. We want to have a holiday that sets us up for a year. And we often use the language of resting from and resting for. And we're going to rest from one of the most intense years that we've ever had. But we're going to rest for what is likely to still be a prolonged season of strain and stress. And you know what? God has more than enough resources. It's a case of us tapping into those. And that's what the future journey is all about as we go through these next few modules.
Yeah, so maybe you can just share with everybody who's watching a little bit about what can we expect? What is this journey? What are we inviting people on?
So we're going to introduce you to what we call a trellis for life, sometimes called a rule of life. And really, it's about creating the kind of life that you really delight living.
Yeah.
That sounds so crazy, but how much of our lives, and it's why we're using this holiday example, we want to run away from. We want to escape into a world of Netflix or a world of whatever your choice of escape may be. And we want to help you to create a life and a lifestyle that is filled with delight in God, delight in those around, and so that we're happy to live those lives. And I think the key word would be contentment. It would be abiding in Jesus' words, abiding in God, abiding in the vine, so that we joyful in our lives.
So watch the space. We're going to be posting a few more videos that are just going to assist you and equip you and us. We're going to be doing this exercise as well as we look forward to 2021 and put together our trellis for life as we look forward to the new year.
Your task at the end of this module is to work out which one person or two maximum, so you might be a group of 2 or 3, who you're going to do this with, who you're going to share some of your journey, who you're going to hold yourself accountable to as you work out your journey, because that's going to be such a key part, is learning from each other, sharing your journey,
encouraging each other.
Exactly, of doing this thing of creating a trellis for life where you shape yourself around the person of Jesus.
So stick around and watch the space for the next module.